Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Mark Gillard and I'm the Director of Orientation and Mobility Services here at Guide Dogs for the Blind. And thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today and our celebration, if you're here in person, and to those of you out there virtually. Today we're live streaming from our GDB campus in California on this beautiful winter's day in San Rafael. Whether it's your first, your second, or your 30th graduation, welcome. We're here today to celebrate a lot. We're going to celebrate 4 orientation and mobility immersion clients, 1 new canine buddy team, and 4 new guide dog teams, as well as applaud the generosity of all those who have helped make today possible. Thank you, absolutely. And starting with thanking those who made it possible, to our puppy raisers. Thank you for helping us prepare these special dogs for their roles. We literally could not fulfill our mission without you. You put your heart and your soul into each one of these dogs, and it shows. And we look forward to hearing from some of you about that today. To our donors, thank you for helping us provide a lifetime of support for our alumni at no cost to them. We don't receive any government funding here at GDB, so we're very thankful for your support. A special thanks goes to Lillian Tremoroli for her generous sponsorship of a harness for each member of our class, not only today, but throughout 2025. Thank you. And I'd also like to acknowledge the Carl E. Wynn Foundation of Los Angeles, California, for its lifetime sponsorship of Ms. Rebecca Camacho and Guide Dog Redwood. Thank you. And also, special thanks goes to Joan G. Sargan of Avila Beach, California, for her team sponsorship of Mr. Osvaldo Quezada and Guide Dog Danson. To all our volunteers and employees, those of you here today and those of you virtual and those of you who are not here, we are thinking of you, because whether you help by working with our dogs, in our administration team, or directly with our clients, or in maintenance or facilities, you name it, we are so grateful for all that you do to make this possible. We'd now like to share a short video about our mission. The video is audio described, so in addition to the narrator, you're going to hear a second voice describing scenes in the video. Captions are also included. Now, these inclusive features ensure everyone can access and enjoy the video.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program.
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
Or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made the hard parts of blindness not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
the struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on a beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
No matter how many times I watch it, I still get a little bit misty. Squishy? Yeah. So now I'd like to explain a little bit about our Orientation and Mobility Immersion program, affectionately known as the OMI program, or as Michael here once called it, a graduate of the OMI program, the OMI program. And introduce you to our 4 soon-to-be graduates from the O&M class, which has the number California O&M 32, in case you're interested. 32nd class here at this campus. So the O&M Immersion is a 1 or 2 week program designed to teach orientation and mobility skills to individuals who aim to travel independently with a cane or a guide dog. And the O&M clients that we're going to celebrate today, they've just completed a 1 week version of this program. The O&M Immersion serves a crucial training opportunity for the many individuals who'd like to partner with a guide dog but have limited access to O&M services to help them prepare and qualify for our program. The instructors for this class, just mention them soon here, they're all certified orientation mobility specialists from our partner organisation, the San Francisco Lighthouse for the Blind. So their names, Danette Davis, Molly Tunks, Josh Lopez, Natalie Castellano and Jenna Whitelaw. Thank you to the team there. And now, drum roll. I'm proud to introduce, as the Director of O&M Services and your host today, our 4 O&M clients. And the first person I'd like to call up is Russ Ailey of Spokane, Washington. Russ is married with 4 children. He enjoys camping and being active. He has 2 family dogs and is also a current guide dog user with guide dog Hera. Russ.
Okay, well, thank you. No pressure being first, but I guess the first thing I want to wave to my family at home and thank you for giving me this opportunity and freeing me up this week. I'd also like to thank each and every person either standing up here or sitting down there. You made it possible for me to be here today, and I am very grateful. My journey with guide dogs began about 12 years ago. I had just been diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa and given probably about 5 to 7 years of vision. And if you do the math, I'm 4 years past that. So according to my trainer, that's a blessing and a curse, because I learned this week that relying on vision that's not very good probably isn't a good thing. When I actually put the mask on, my cane skills became better. So, a lot of the skills and things that I've learned this week, I will be able to take home with me. But anyways, moving on, I wasn't quite ready at that point to get my first guide dog, as Mark was saying, Hera. So a few years passed, and then in 2018 is when I went back, got Hera, and it was a life-changing event for me. And I'll tell anybody that'll listen to me that that dog and the people that made that dog possible for me saved my life. I was in a really dark place, and it was extremely emotional, and it was life-changing, I guess. So thank you to those who made that happen. 7 years later, the field representative came out just this last summer and said, we agreed, it's about time. She's looking like she needs to retire. I'm not ready for her to retire, but it's about time. And since the state of Washington basically handed me a cane and took me around the block and said, good luck, Guide Dogs was generous enough to bring me here and give me some more skills that'll make me a more successful person moving out on my own and when I get my new dog. So no matter whether you're a person that volunteered and cleaned my room or brought me food or pointed me in the right direction when I'm walking down the hall in the wrong way, I want to thank you. Whether you're a puppy raiser or a donor, whether you gave $5 or $50,000, it doesn't matter. You changed lives, and you've changed my life. So, thank you.
Thanks, mate. Can I shake your hand? Congratulations. Thank you, Russ. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Peggy Brown of Sandy Springs, Georgia. Peggy was a health... Yes, round of applause for Peggy. Come on up here, Peggy. There we go. Great. That's perfect. So Peggy was a healthcare administrator and now teaches Pilates and enjoys playing music. And we've had her tinkling the ivories throughout the week in the room next door. She is a current guide dog user as well, and she has her 3rd guide dog, Naya, waiting for her at home. And I know she misses Naya very much. So I'm going to hand the mic to you, Peggy. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all for being here. want to express a huge amount of gratitude from Steve, my husband, and from Naya, my third guide dog, and myself for all the support that we've had for 24 years. Naya's my third dog, and every program I've attended has been so professionally run, so detailedly, just wonderful, 5-star. Particularly thanks to Mark for all the time and effort that you put into the Orientation Mobility Program, and I'm so happy that I found it. I think this program is priceless. A special thanks to my field manager, Charles Nathan. He knows that knew that my vision was declining. And he said to me, he said, why don't you go to I said, what is that? An O&MI program? I didn't know what he was talking about. And he said, yeah, Peggy, and he used the words, it will improve your skills and your confidence. And then I found that I couldn't take Naya. I'm like, what? He said, she'll probably be happy, just go. So I can't tell you how invaluable this program will be to me when I go back and practice with my cane, which I named Jenna, who was an excellent instructor. And with Naya, scoping out the new routes that we want to take going in downtown Sandy Springs in Atlanta, so I'm excited about that. So ditto to everything that Mark and Russ said. Everyone that's associated with the program is just awesome. And lastly, I have enjoyed so much meeting the students in this program, and we share stories and we all learn from each other. So thank you all. Have a safe trip.
Thanks, Peggy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Peggy. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce a Canadian to the ceremony, and I single a Canadian out because being a proud Australian and US dual citizen, always got to give a shout out to our Commonwealth brothers and sisters up there in Canada. So Carla, come on up, and Carla is from Comox, British Columbia, in Canada obviously, and she used to work in the finance department at her local hospital and now spends a lot of her time gardening and hiking. She has a wonderful husband named Ron. Is Ron out there watching, you think?
Yes, he is.
Hi, Ron. And a sweet cat named Maple. She's very active in both local and national blind community organisations. Congratulations to you, Carla.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. So a little bit hard-pressed to get a better speech in than both Russ and Peggy have put forward there, but I'll give it a try. So thank you again to all of you that are here and all of the, well, first of all, just, having learned about GDB many years ago and given the opportunity to attend this orientation and mobility program is amazing. Sorry.
That's okay. Take your time.
Okay.
No worries.
Yeah, so thank you again to all of the donors and the volunteers and the dedicated staff and the volunteers and the puppy raisers for making this possible. I've increased my cane skills incredibly, and thanks to my amazing OMI instructor. Her instruction was fabulous. And much like Peggy had said, I have learned so much from my fellow classmates in the OMI program. And also thank you to the guide dog handlers that I've met here. And I've learned a lot from you as well in your journeys with your dogs. And yeah, I'm just incredibly honored to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you again, Carla, for those words. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to introduce here Aisha James. And Aisha hails from Fairburn, Georgia. And Aisha is an extremely humble person, and I'm not going to say too much about her background, but I insist on reading this because it's an incredible story. So if I may, Aisha. Aisha's a former university instructor, educator and mindset coach. She's taught clothing, construction and design and American Sign Language courses for middle school, high school and 2 universities. She loves dabbling in acting, fashion, archery and creative adventures. She also likes to advocate and spend time with blind and deafblind communities. And Aisha recently signed with a well-known modelling agency to represent mature women with disabilities and is excited to be selected to audition for New York Fashion Week. Congratulations. So, Aisha, if you'd like to say a few words, we'd love to hear from you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I am so happy to be here, and I feel so blessed to be here. I thank everyone that was involved in helping me to become a part of this organization. And I don't want to just say an organization, it's a family. All the people that I've worked with this week have been phenomenal, amazing. My disorder is different, it's unique. I'm blind with perfect vision, well, almost perfect vision. My blindness comes from a rare neurological disorder. I cannot control when my eyes open and close. So it's been very difficult to adjust to this. And one of the reasons why I wanted to come here, because I had signed with an agency in New York, I needed to know how to walk straight. I needed to know how to use my skills to get around. So this has been a tremendous help professionally and personally. And I'm so honored and so blessed to be a part of this. Thank you so much for everyone that supports the program, that's involved in the program, that sponsors the program, and that come to the program. Thank you. Thank you to my classmates for being so supportive. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha. And it's now my pleasure to continue the ceremony, handing the mic across to Chelsea. Yeah, he looked at me, Chelsea, like, no, it's not my turn. Yeah, it is. Thanks, Chelsea.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chelsea. Yeah. I'm Chelsea Allen. I am the guide dog class supervisor. You're going to get to meet my instructors that worked with us here in class 1019 as well. We all play a little part in graduation today, so I'll let them introduce themselves. But I get the special task of introducing our Canine Buddy team and kind of highlight this core program that we have at Guide Dogs for the Blind. So our Canine Buddy program matches specifically selected dogs to become buddies to people who are blind and visually impaired, including children ages 5 and above, and adults of all ages. Canine Buddy dogs are not service dogs, but are wonderful companions that bring joy and connection to the GDB community. The Canine Buddy program is one of our core client programs, like I said, and the teams have access to the same level of service as our guide dog teams. So dependent on all of our wonderful donors and volunteers like we've already talked about today. So on the screen here, you will see Brian Collier received a male chocolate Labrador pine cone. Ah, the chocolate. The photo description that is behind me, Brian and his wife, Diane, sit in their home with pine cone laying down between them. They're smiling at the camera and petting pine cone. Pretty special. And then Randy Hollinstead and raised Pine Cone. And just a quick note from Randy, Pine Cone was my 17th puppy I've raised in almost 25 years that my wife and I have been with Guide Dogs for the Blind. Pine Cone has the most beautiful dark chocolate coat that I've ever seen on a lab. He was a wonderful puppy to raise, very loving, smart, and enjoyed riding in a boat while I fished, going to movies and walks. Pinecone always exceeded my expectations with everything we did. I hope that Pinecone gives Brian as much joy as he did for me. Good luck and happy trails to you both. The description that the photo that Randy shared is on the screen, and Pinecone is on tie down, laying on a dog bed with a Razor's black and white cat snuggled up next to him under the desk. Oh yeah, you can't even barely see the cat. Oh, and yes, congratulations to Brian and Pinecone. Awesome, thank you so much. And we're gonna get started with our guide dog graduates, starting off with our client that graduated with in-home training. So I'll be passing the microphone off to Christina.
Thank you, Chelsea. Hello, everyone. My name is Christina Cherry, and I'm a qualified guide dog mobility instructor here. And I have the pleasure of introducing Osvaldo Quesada of San Luis Obispo, California, who received in-home training with Danson, a male yellow Labrador retriever raised by Dennis Lowry and Karen Nolau of Goleta, California. Ozzy works at the front desk of a local gym and loves to hike and try new restaurants. Danson is his 4th guide dog from GDB, and he is excited to be back out on the trails again. I have a note from Ozzy. He says, I would like to give a big thank you to Guide Dogs for the Blind and Danson's Puppy Raisers. Thank you, too, to Joan Sargan of Avila Beach, California, for sponsoring Danson and I. Your generous donation is so appreciated. And to my trainer, Gina, job well done. Thank you so much. You are the best. You're so awesome. And then I have a quick PS from Gina Paolini, who's another instructor here. She says, I swear, I did not tell Ozzy to say these things. There is a photo up on the screen of Ozzy and Danson. The team is sitting on a bench facing the camera. There are green trees and bushes in the background. And then I have a note from Danson's puppy raisers, Dennis and Karen. In May 2023, I received an email from my club leader, Vicky. It had pictures of several puppies that were in need of raisers. I was hesitant until I saw the picture of Danson. It melted my heart. He was the most soulful-looking little guy I had ever seen. I immediately replied to that email with, yes, please, in all caps and an exclamation point. He was a bundle of love and joy from the start. One story that stands out that shows what it was like to raise Danson. On a neighborhood walk, we came across a house with a bunch of little kids out front. They were running around, riding bikes and scooters. They had built a stand and were selling items that they had made to raise money. One little polite girl came up to us and said, oh, a guide dog puppy. I said, yes, his name's Danson. Would you like to say hello? She said, how old is he? I told her not quite 5 months old. She put her hands on her hips, slowly shook her head, and said, why is he so calm? I had to laugh, but she was right. There he was with all that kid energy, which he wasn't used to, but he was being the perfect puppy. We missed that sweet puppy with soulful eyes, but we are so excited to be celebrating this perfect pairing. We are honored to be able to congratulate and celebrate Ozzy on receiving such a wonderful guide. Please know that as you go forward with your journey with Mr. Handsome Danson, our hearts and thoughts will always be with you. We would really love if you would occasionally give him a big hug from us. And then you guys probably heard the awe in the room when the slides changed, but there are 2 photos up on the screen. The first photo is of young Danson sitting on a bed in the puppy center, looking at the camera with very big puppy dog eyes. And then the second photo is of older Danson in the raiser's home, looking off into the distance through a glass window. His reflection in the window is looking directly at the camera. Well, congratulations to Danson and Ozzy. And then now I'll pass it off to Alex Bednar, who will be introducing our in-residence class guide dog teams.
Hello, everyone. Like Christina said, my name is Alex Bednar. I am an apprentice instructor here, and today I have the honor of introducing all of our in-residence guide dog clients. So, first, I would like to go ahead and introduce Rebecca Camacho of West Hills, California, who received Redwood, a male yellow Labrador Retriever, raised by Sandra Tapera of Iola, Texas, and Jocelyn Lugo of San Antonio, Texas. Redwood is Rebecca's first guide dog, and they'll be heading home to a large household with many friends, including one other dog. Redwood will be joining Rebecca at Los Angeles Pierce College, where she studies early childhood education. And Rebecca would also like to thank the Carl E. Wynn Foundation of Los Angeles for their generous lifetime sponsorship. I'll pass that.
Hi, my name's Jocelyn. I am the puppy raiser for Redwood. I am currently a sophomore at Texas A&M University, and it was just such a joy to raise him. He was started for me by one of my club leaders, Sandra, and I got him when he was like 5 months old. And I got him when I was a freshman in college, and he was my first. I got him right after my first puppy in training had been recalled. So he definitely took that load off and really helped comfort me. And he was honestly the best gift I could have ever asked for. He's always been the sweetest and kindest boy. And he's always been really calm since he was a puppy. He had the nickname Eeyore because all he ever wanted to do was sleep and lay down. Always super calm. And even in class, after the first 5 minutes I'd sit down, he'd already be passed out, kicking and snoring. Him and I bonded a lot because our favorite pastime together was to sleep. And if I was ever having a hard day, he would always just cuddle up right next to me and make me feel a lot better. His other nickname was Mr. Perfect because he's always been the best of the boys. He was the easiest puppy I've ever had, and I genuinely think that this career is the perfect one for him. He's also just always been great with dogs, animals, with kids. He's always been super, super gentle, and everyone who's ever met him has always loved him. I'm so appreciative for Guide Dogs for the Blind and being a puppy raiser because I never would have had the privilege to raise him and meet him. And one of the organization's mottos is raise a puppy and change a life. But I genuinely think that it should be raise a puppy and change many lives. Redwood has taught me so much of what it means to be patient and kind and considerate. And most important, patient, kind, considerate, and most importantly, doing what is right, not what is easy. And with puppy raising, it is the hardest thing that you'll love to do. He has influenced the lives of many children in my neighborhood, bringing them so much joy and playful times. He has helped many new members in our club get hand-on experience and what it's like dealing with a puppy in training. He gave my first ever guide dog puppy, which is now medically career changed, affection and friendship. He has motivated and inspired my friends and my peers at school to, either sit or raise for the organization. And now he's been perfectly paired with Rebecca to bring her companionship and comfort, and in addition, bringing solace and reassurance to her friends and family. I couldn't have asked for a better match, and he's exactly where he's meant to be.
Good job.
Okay. Next up, it is my pleasure to introduce Michael Garduno of Boulder, Colorado, who received Locks, a male black Labrador Retriever raised by Vincent Sheffer and Marissa Robish of San Francisco, California, and Corinne and Catherine Casasa of San Francisco, California. Locks is Michael's fourth guide dog. Michael is a professional drummer. He also recently opened a booking agency, and Michael's hobbies are dogs. Very fitting. Excellent. Right here.
Mike.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here with us. It's been a long journey for me, and you might want to grab a coffee and a sandwich. Lux, sit. Attaboy. And down. Good. So my adventure started here many years ago with a supervisor named Adam Waskow, and my trainer was Deanna DiMaggio. That was dog number one. His name was Everett. Everett is a 7-letter name. Everett retired, turned out to be a garbage mouth. So a happy dog. He was a very good guide. But he would get blockages in the intestine area, and we did surgeries. Did retire him. Second dog, Timothy. 7 letters. My instructor, Keith Labor, and my very adequate trainer was Carol Schmidt. Timothy, we made it through the second week of class, and he developed spinal meningitis. Needless to say, I went through one of these graduations empty-handed. That was quite an experience. I'm mentioning these things because they must be spoken and these names must be heard, okay? Timothy, I honor him. On our first route, he saved my life. He blocked me from running into a car coming out of an alley from a bank. First route. I knew he was going to be a good dog, but then he got sick, okay? So, moving on. Guide dog number 3. My wonderful supervisor is Kristen Lucas, who I believe is still involved with GDB. And my trainer is Darren Walsh, who I know is involved. He is a class supervisor. And I don't doubt that for a minute because he was fantastic as well. The dog there, Charlie. That's right, 7 letters. What's with this 777? Excuse me. My name, Michael Anthony Garduno. 777. My apartment, 115. 7. What room am I in right now? 106. 7. So, I waited a long time for the next dog, number 4. Charlie was a fantastic animal. He got me all the way through 11 years of fantastic and excellent guidance. And I had to retire him, arthritis in the back. He didn't want to stop. He wanted to keep working. I was forced to retire him for his own well-being. So 20 months later, applied new application rather, and here I am again. And no, he's not a 7-letter dog, but he sure is a damn good one. I swear to God, folks, everybody thinks their dog is the best, right? My dog's the best. This dog is the best. So that brings me to here, right now, and my lovely people that I've been with the last 2 weeks. OMI classmates went to Hades to get their accomplishment and graduate. I went through the same thing. That's why I know. And yes, it was the worst thing, hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It was very difficult, but very advantageous to taking care of a fine animal like this, making sure he's healthy, safe, and I make the right decisions. Orientation and mobility just made me a much better handler, which I didn't think would be possible because, boy, I think I'm really great too. So, again, supervisor, Chelsea. I can't say enough about these people. She was perfect. Here we go with another retrain. Oh boy, this guy knows everything. She was perfect. She didn't ghost me, but she did pay attention. She was watching, observing, and she would come in at right opportune moments when I really needed a maybe a boost or a pat on the back. One day, I'm going to get this over, I promise. We're getting toward the end, but one day she came into the coffee shop and told me, Michael, I want to say, just have fun. I can't tell you how that was so important at that time because I was really hard on myself. I expect to be perfect. My trainer is a special person, and you just can't imagine how much love she showed me without saying a word. Just an amazing person. Danielle, thank you. Thank you for putting up with me and making me a better handler, which in turn has made me a better man. I appreciate you no end. I know you could run a class easily, but she chooses to stay at the level she's at now to provide supreme, just the most excellent education and instruction. I must close by telling you I did love the alumni. Mark, you're the greatest guy there too. Don't want to forget about you. And of course, Stephanie, okay? With that, I'd like to say, everybody, the dog lives in the moment. Let's live in this moment, okay? Right here, right now. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Katie and I helped to raise Locks along with my mom Corey and Vince and Marisa, but so many other people helped to raise Locks too. I just want to say thank you to Guide Dogs for hosting this celebration of so many special dogs and people. I'm honored to be here today to share a little bit about him. Locks is a happy dog. He's joyful and uplifts everyone that he meets, and I'm very grateful to have been able to be a part of his journey. Locks has lots of energy, and his playfulness is central to who he is. My dad owns a lumberyard in San Francisco, and every day after the yard closed, my mom and I took Locks and our 2 other dogs to run around there for some exercise. And immediately, stepping out of the car, Locks would frolic around with so much joy and energy. His legs could never keep up, but that didn't stop him from having fun. He taught me a lot, to find the joy in every moment, to not take life too seriously, and to be open to fun. Thank you, Locks, for all the joy you've brought to my life, and I can't wait for you to continue to spread joy in your new home with Michael.
Thank you. I just wanted to give a lot of thanks to our great San Francisco puppy raising group, many of whom are in the audience right here. I was going to name some names, but there's too many of you here. Locks got so many experiences he would not have gotten without all the help from you guys. And I wanted to give a special shout out to Locks' mommy is in the audience, Kim Chi, right there. She gets a lot of credit too, so.
Yeah, and in addition to the puppy sitters and Team Locks who are here, thanks, of course, to our leaders. We've got 3 amazing leaders, Janelle, Vicky, and Blancette, who keep us honest and help us learn every day. I have one little anecdote about Locks. When we got him from Katie and Corey, he was probably about 5.5 months old, and our very first outing was to a San Francisco Giants game with our group. So here he was, a baby puppy with his baby puppy brother, his mom, 12 other dogs, out in the bleachers, loud baseball game. Halfway through the baseball game, we look down, Locks has his head on the bleacher seat in front of us, and he's snoring away, dead asleep. And we knew this pup was up for anything and could handle anything. And Michael, you're right, he is a perfect puppy and always has been. We've always called him our little rock star, so knowing that you're a drummer, he's going off, and we can't wait to see what you 2 rock stars do on your tour together. Congratulations.
Okay. And finally, I would like to welcome up Linda Parsons of Kelowna, British Columbia, also in Canada, who received Pecan, a female black Labrador retriever raised by Lori Ann Cash of Northlake, Texas. Pecan is Linda's 3rd guide dog, and once at home, she'll be the new big sister to 2 Persian cats. In her role as Linda's guide, Pecan will also be joining Linda in providing support to those in hospice care as well as their family members. Ladies.
You speaking first?
No, you are.
You
are.
Oh, she has something to say. Well,
As do you. Do you want me to hold on to it?
I got it. Okay. This young lady that I've just met, who is Pecan's other mom, what an amazing young gal. We thought perhaps we should go for a little nip of white wine. But no. We're here. Our hearts are here.
That's after.
After? Thank you. Okay.
We're after.
I'll be led astray. Thank you, everyone, for being here this afternoon. I thank you for your, to my classmates, oh, geez, I thank you for your friendship, your sense of humor. And there's been a bit of love in there, Michael. I thank you. Our trainers were simply over the top. My heartfelt appreciation to Cynthia and Alex. Both trainers excelled in their ability to train with positive comments and feedback. In my case, both trainers displayed an incredible amount of patience. Guide Dogs for the Blind is a well-organized, well-managed organization. We, the client, are treated with respect, dignity throughout our stay, throughout our adventures and training with our new guides. I know of no other organization that I could have the privilege to be part of. This morning, this morning was special. This morning, are we in there?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Keep going.
This morning, I met a very unique sector of Guide Dogs for the Blind, that sector being the puppy raisers. The puppy raisers, I thank you. Lori Ann Cash. I have fallen in love with our Pecan. Without puppy raisers, there could not be guide dogs. The puppy raisers volunteer to train, love, and nurture their pups, only to be handed over to a total stranger. Gonna make it?
I will.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. Lori, you will always hold a loving spot in my heart, and I promise to love and care for our pup, Pecan. I am so fortunate, and thank you and everyone for attending this afternoon and supporting Guide Dogs for the Blind.
Yeah, you hold me.
Fine.
I held you, you held me. How's that?
Okay.
All right. Whew. We got this. Right?
You'll make it, dear.
I know. All right. So I'm Lori Cash. Pecan was a Texas-raised dog with Texas-raised parents. So it was very fitting that she's named after our Texas state tree. If there was one word I could use to describe Pecan, it would be joyful. Because this cutie pie finds it in everything. And she sprinkles it everywhere, like toppings on a Texas-sized bowl of Bluebell ice cream. One of my favorite memories while raising Pecan was a meetup with her brother, Phineas. And it was no secret that Pecan loved a good photo opportunity. So when we sat the two together for a picture, Phineas took one look at her, sighed, and turned his back to the camera because he knew. And we could not stop laughing. So little Miss Pecan, you and Phineas were always each other's biggest fans. And I know he's watching from Texas, so very proud of you for graduating on a big screen and posing. I want to thank my mom and my son, my California family who's here, and including the one that's in Australia right now, my employer, the town of Flower Mound, my favorite family of 6, my mentor, all our friends, our Fort Worth Club, and Guide Dogs for the Blind for supporting Pecan's journey to become a guide dog. And on Wednesday, I had the honor of talking with Linda, one of the first of our many conversations that was filled with so much laughter and joy. And it was very evident that this is the perfect pair. Pecan may have arrived on campus last August wearing the best green vest, but she's leaving with, I like to call, an honorable harness.
She is indeed.
So Linda, I'm super thrilled that GDB matched Pecan with you, and I look forward to watching your journey together. Big congratulations. And for the first time in the 6 years I've had a passport, I am determined my first stamp in it is going to be to visit Canada so I can see these wonderful ladies.
Oh, thank you. You could not have had a better match.
You're amazing.
Ready? Yep, got it.
All right, and finally, I would like to welcome up the final member of our class training staff, Danielle Toyster, who's going to be narrating a short training demonstration for us all.
Thank you, Alex. My name is Danielle Toyster, and I am a master instructor here on the California campus. And I am excited to narrate a little demonstration we're going to have for you in a moment. But before we have Marissa come on stage, I want to talk a little bit about the clicker and clicker training. So during training, our dogs learn most of the skills involved with guide work through use of the clicker. This marks the behavior that we want repeated. And the clicker makes communication consistent and timely, so it's better than praise and food alone. We start by pairing food with the sound of a click. All the dogs looked up. So the dogs learn early on coming onto campus that the click means food is coming. It's coming their way. And we like to say it takes less than 5 minutes. But let's be honest, with our dogs, it's probably less than 30 seconds that they pair that together. Once they understand that the clicker means food, we can now use it for reinforcing behaviors that we want repeated. So we're going to use this for stopping at curbs. We're going to use this for targeting stairs, doors, for obedience, sitting, lying down. All of that can be reinforced and improve communication by using the clicker. So when they come to class, we also have a clicker workshop with our clients. And we show the clients how they can use the clicker when returning home. So now I would like to welcome to the stage Marissa Garcia and her guide dog, Jim. She is going to demonstrate some chair targeting using a method called back chaining while using the clicker. So for back chaining, you're actually starting at the end goal where you want the dog to target. And slowly, you're going to be increasing the distance from the target as you're teaching them to back chain. You can think of each step going further and further back as a link to the chain. All right, so before we begin, we're going to get Jim in the clicker spirit. And so she's going to click once he targets that hand. So he's hand targeting right now. She'll now use her hand target and place it on the chair. And as soon as he touches his little wet nose to her hand, she'll click and give him food. And then she'll repeat that a few times until she feels he has made that connection from her hand to the target. He now understands, oh, you want me to target the chair. So to add an extra link, she needs to add some distance. So she can take a step or so back. And as he leads up to that chair, he is showing her, I'm beginning to understand what you want. So she can go even further back, and this time pick up the handle even. She can even pick up the handle if she's beginning to think that he understands what that target is. He has just made that connection. So that hand target was a bridge connecting what she wants the dog to target. And then she can go back even a few steps further to add another link to that chain and work him towards that chair. If he's successful at that, the next time she goes back that same distance, she'll add one more link, which is the cue word. And he found it. So as we're doing that back chaining, the final goal will be to see if Jim can target this chair all the way from the lobby doors. Do you guys think Jim can do it? Maybe. Yay! Good work, Jim. Awesome. So this simple targeting technique can be used throughout the client's home area. They can use this to teach new kind of targets, like ATM machines, pedestrian crosswalk buttons, bus stops, basically anything that would be helpful for the dog to target. Thank you so much, Marissa and Jim. And now I will pass it back over to Chelsea.
All right, hello again. I've got a pretty special thing here at the end, so I'd like to welcome Vincent Sheffer and Marissa Robish to come back up on stage. All right, they're gonna get a puppy today. All right, what number puppy is this?
Number 4.
4. Number 4, and you already mentioned it, but let us know again what club you are from.
We're in the San Francisco Puppy Club.
Oh, little locals. We got the locals. Awesome. Okay, so you will be today receiving a black lab male puppy. And I have a couple clues for the name. You guys can guess. If you don't know, but the mother and the father of this puppy are Francine and Bruce. And my first hint is a famous author that had a close friendship and rivalry with a fellow fantasy author, C.S. Lewis.
Tolkien.
You got it. I didn't even have to give the second clue. Tolkien. My second. Here he comes.
We got it right and we won a puppy.
You won.
Okay.
Oh.
And you're the biggest Lord of the Rings dork ever.
I'm not the biggest.
Pretty big Lord of the Rings fan, so it's perfect fit. Oh my goodness, he's so sweet. Little black lab male puppy. Just about 2 months old. So sweet. Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, guide dogs.
Yeah, of course. You guys can stay up. I'm just going to quickly close out the ceremony. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you to our guide dog clients. Thank you for your hard work the last 2 weeks. I know it is hard, but nothing that's, not hard is not worth doing. You made it through the challenge of the last 2 weeks. Thank you so much to our OMI graduates. I know you had a hard week too, so you should be proud of yourself. Thank you so much. Yes, round of applause for everyone. For those of you in the audience, if you are interested in volunteering or joining staff or know anyone that could benefit from our services, please check out guidedogs.com. If you're interested in making a donation today to support our mission, you can text donate to 50155. Again, that's 50155. You can text donate. And thank you so much. One last big round of applause for 10. Woo! Thank you. For viewers at home, we hope to see you soon. For those of you in the room, we've got refreshments over in the lobby, cookies and some lemonade and things like that. Thank you so much.